Welcome along and happy Friday. Happy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or whatever day you're watching this. I always say whatever day it is, but it could be any day. Tea. I think it's the 20th of March today. I just better double check that in case I'm wrong. I think it's the 20th of March. Yeah, Friday the 20th of March. And we're in the middle of this global coronavirus, COVID, whatever it is, 19 or whatever. And I notice on the I give you the positives first. The positive side for me of all of this is that I can actually leave work at 5 o'clock in the evening or 5:30 and I can be home in 40 minutes. Because the traffic in Bray is non-existent now. Whereas before, it could take me an hour and a half to get home. Sometimes worse, the traffic gets backed up, but you can fly through Bray now, it's great. That's the only upside of it. The downside of it is that everything is quiet. Transport, we're lucky enough that we're still moving, but we're not moving anywhere near like what we should be moving in. I mean, Italy is in full lockdown at the moment, which means that we might have maybe 6 or 7 trailers every week going there. Now there's none, or maybe one. I know fresh produce is moving all right, but a lot of other stuff isn't moving. So, is this man calling me? How are you?
The other bar is not lifting.
I'll have to go in and take it down for you.
Well, I'll just open the fire door for you.
Okay, thanks. Your man says the bar won't get out of his way, so I'll be back in a second. I just want to show you something here, because I had a disaster the last time I came in here, and I'll show you the reason why. This is the loading bay here, right? This is the edge of it. See this here? That thing there is the most outrageous thing I have ever seen on a loading bay. If that was covered in a big rubber stopper or something, I'd say okay, fair enough, but to have a sharp piece of metal like that is ridiculous. Right, so I'm back. Anyway, COVID-19, the coronavirus, yeah, I seem to think still that it's affecting mostly, the deaths seem to be mostly people with underlying health problems. Anybody with serious asthma, people with lung disease and any kind of chronic illnesses, and obviously, you know, your immune system is going to be weak at this time of the year anyway. And it is sad, you know. A lot of people are saying that this is a man-made disease, and they reckon that this was released on purpose into the community at Wuhan in China. I don't know. Other people say it's from eating bats and stuff like that, but I don't know. I don't know. I think there's chemical warfare involved there somewhere. That's what I firmly believe. But then again, I don't want to go off on a Jim Core tangent going on about conspiracy theories. If you're wondering what I'm wearing this leather waistcoat, which is probably a bit too small for me, and the patches on this is the Devil's Disciples, who are a motorcycle club in Ireland. It's support gear. This badge here it says Alliance Supporter. Now, an alliance supporter there's a couple of different biker groups that are together in what they call an alliance. Now, forgive me if I'm leaving one out. I think the Road Tramps are in it, the Devil's Disciples are in it, the Freewheelers are in it, and I'm sure I'm leaving someone else out. I'm sure I'm leaving somebody else out. I think there's 4. I think there's 4 of them in it. I can't remember who the other was. But look, you know, this is not a, like, I'm not a club member or anything like that. I was talking to at the Carlow Classic Car Show last year. I think, I don't know, what was it, maybe May or something, June. I was talking to one of the freewheelers and I was asking him what's the story about getting some support gear for clubs, and he was like, oh, you know, you should you know, the Devil's Disciples are up your direction near Wicklow. So I went to one of their rock nights out in somewhere in West Wicklow. It was grand, a good night, and I didn't realise that some of the lads that I knew from the clan years ago, Stephen, who's, they call him now BA, and also Farler. Now I don't know Farler's sons, they're in it as well. And I met Terry Darklands, that's his name, Terry, and his lovely girlfriend. But I haven't had an opportunity to go to anything since. I know I met Sean, who used to work out in Autocare in Rathnew, and I know his girlfriend or his partner that said that Sean was more interested in the freewheelers. Now, I'll be honest with you. Look, I at 53 years of age, I don't think I'm ever going to... I'd love to be able to do it, like to prospect for these clubs and, you know, to become a hang-around or whatever. And then, but between looking after kids and working the hours I'm working, I'm not sure I could ever do it. I'd like to do it someday, but I'm probably too old now anyway. So I don't know. The summer's coming. Maybe I get the bike out of the garage, but I think it's too late for me to do it seriously. But I would like, and I do like to support them. Like, I mean, buying stuff like that. I mean, it doesn't say anything. They're just badges, you know. So I don't want anyone to get the idea that I'm looking to join any of these clubs. You know what I mean? It's just support gear. That's all it is. In case you were wondering, you're probably not even wondering at all. This is a little cowboy thing that I get. You see this little here, these little with the two little dangly bits. I used to have one of these years ago and I couldn't find them for years, and I can tell you where you can actually get them. There's a website called wish.com, right? And I don't know if I can find the actual it's like, hold on a second now, it's just, see the W there is beside, it's just above the messenger. Wish.com it's called. Now, I wouldn't buy anything of any value off that, but these little kind of trinkets are nice. You know what I mean? They're some people say, oh my God, I'd never wear that. But I like them. I like anything to do with cowboy stuff or, you know, waistcoats. And I've always liked that kind of stuff. I mean, this waistcoat I've had for about 25, 30 years. Anyway, I'm rambling here. So I'm out in shop equipment. I just showed you there what happened to me the last time I was here. I was reversing on the bay. It was dark. And there's a big, massive metal, as you saw it on the video there, and I caught my door on it and it made shite of the door. They shouldn't be allowed to have them there, or they should have some kind of a highlight spray paint on it so you don't fucking well back into it, because it's actually part of the frame of the actual reversing door. Anyway, enough said for the moment. Today is Friday. Catch you in a while. I'm just down in CLDN here picking up a trailer. I'm just looking at that exceptional convoy. Geez, that's some big yoke to be pulling around, isn't it? So must be some kind of a track machine or something. It looks like a French low loader. It's hard to know though. It looks French. CLDN have a fine big yard here for dropping trailers in. These trailers come over from Rotterdam, that's where they come from. But it's a handy enough old spot. This is a fucking nightmare, this port here. Trying to get out of this port here is a disaster. I don't know what's going on here, but there's some problem with the port tunnel, or some hold up in the port tunnel, and it's really, really slow trying to get out of here. It's a flipping nightmare here, this is. But I know when it was this bad, I'd have gone the other flipping way. Dublin, I'm not too bothered about pulling out in front of people like that, especially when they're like a fair distance away, because it just so happens in this town that you don't get a second bite of the cherry. If you don't move when you get daylight, you'll be left there all day. But these fools, come on the two of you, look at this, come on the two of you. What she was thinking of. Anyway, this is Leo Varadkar's constituency. Dublin West. Leo. Hashtag Leo for leader. I have to be honest with you, I'm not a great follower of the politics, because as far as I'm concerned, and it's only my personal opinion, all of them are money grabbers, and all of them are only in it for what they can get out of it for themselves and their families. So I have absolutely no time for the likes of Varadkar. I mean, he couldn't cut it as a doctor. So he thought, oh, I'll be a handier life now, I'll just join a political party and I get some easy money. But someone like him would never been allowed to do medicine if the HPAT was in place when he was doing it. Because he's not cut out, he doesn't have the personality, he doesn't have any empathy with people. And to have a clown like that running the country, that's more concerned about what his boyfriend thinks of his sock colour than he is about looking after the homeless, looking after single parents, looking after people who are struggling in this country. He has no idea the daily struggle that families go through. He's never going to have any children. He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, and now he chooses to stick it up his own arse, which doesn't surprise me. Makes me sick to the pit of my stomach. Honest to God, does. My father, God rest him, was a great Fianna Fáil man, and my family were Fianna Fáil people all their lives. And I suppose when I was younger I was told, oh, now you have to vote Fianna Fáil and all this, and I probably did the first or second time. This clown here, look. This clown, look. Get in off the road. Look at a lane hogger. Do you know what I mean? Sitting in the middle lane, nothing in front of you, nothing in the inside lane, and you're sitting out in the middle lane blocking other traffic from getting on. So we'll just bring along here and I'll show you what's happening here. Right, we're out on the Naas Road.
out towards Naas. Look at this nonsense here in the middle lane again. There's your man in the Volvo, right? Daydreaming, sitting in the middle lane. They're like sheep. They sit in the middle lane. One sits at the top and the rest of them are like sheep. So I just go up the inside of them. What else am I supposed to do? So your man in the Volvo wakes up then and realises that he's going so bloody slow. So what does he do then? He speeds up again. So he speeds up until he comes on top of the other two morons in front. So what does he do? He goes out into the third lane and on he goes. Look at these two clowns. Look at the clown in the white van sitting behind the other clown in the middle of the lane. Look, I'm limited to 88 kilometres an hour. Look at this fucking moron sitting in the middle lane of a motorway or a dual carriageway for absolutely no reason. Nothing on the inside. Nice bright day. Now, here, look at this one. Keep an eye on the hard shoulders. Look at the white van driving along the hard shoulder. Right? He came out at the same time as a truck. But rather than coming out behind the truck, the dick in the white van decides he's going to go up the inside of him and he's going to get out in front of him. He must be in an awful rush. So anyway, I'm tipping along. I'm overtaking the truck, and as soon as I do, I pull back into lane number 1. Just be mindful now that I'm doing 88 kilometres an hour. That's my maximum speed. So anyway, I'm pulling into the left lane, and on I go. And what happens then? White van man then decides to slow down, right? He was in an awful rush a few seconds ago there to get bombing past the truck that he had to drive up the hard shoulder on the inside of, which is a complete and total driving offence. So now what's he doing? He's slowing down now. I mean, this guy is driving this van for a living, I'd say, or he's in it every day, and that's the behaviour. Now, a tow rag wouldn't drive like that, but white van man does, okay? Now, I had a look in the window when I was going by, and he's no young fella. It's a middle-aged man, right? So he has absolutely no manners. Now, here's my opportunity. There's a car coming down the slip road. Out I go into lane number 2. Now, look at how slow he's going now, considering what he was doing a few seconds ago. This guy here in the van pulls out and he does exactly the right thing, accelerates off, gets up to speed. So I'm back into lane number 1 again, right? Thanks for the hazards. So anyway, watch what happens next, right? White van man is not happy with me overtaking him, right? Even though he was going too slow. And watch what he does now. Just keep an eye in the middle lane here. Look at the clown now. Look, flying by me again, straight in front of me, no indicator or anything, just to let me know what do you think you're doing, right? So okay, that's fair enough. I'm tipping along behind him, so I'm thinking he's flying away there now, so he'll stay ahead of me. But what does he do? Look at what the asshole does next. He's actually coming off at this exit next, but nothing to do him but to fly in front of me, and now watch what he does now. Look, slams on the brakes at the last second to go in at the exit. Look, this is a better one. Watch this. Keep an eye on the outside lane. Look at the clown cycling in the outside lane over dual carriageway, right? He's not even holding the hands of the handlebar. He's driving along cycling thinking this is great fun. Look how dangerous this is. So the Audi comes up and has to swerve into the left lane to get by him. You know, I mean, talk about dangerous. I mean, at the end of the day, these two should be taken by the guards and they should be brought back to their parents' houses and they should be fined and told exactly what's going on here. Absolute nonsense, and it's incredibly dangerous. There's a bend on the road now, right-hand bend. And the two of them are sitting out in the middle of the overtaking lane on a dual carriageway with a speed limit of 100 kilometres an hour.
Take a look at these pair of fucking arseholes, look. Look at these pair of fucking arseholes. Cycling out in the fucking fast lane on a fucking dual carriageway. What a pair of fucking wankers. Unbelievable, unfucking believable. Okay, here we go again. M50 Dublin. Look at this clown here coming up on the middle lane overtaking me. Where he needs to be is that slip road there on the left hand side. That's where he actually wants to go. You know, he's overtaking me and he's pulling the trailer that I'm doing, you know, about 56 miles an hour. He's only supposed to be doing 50 miles an hour in a yoke pulling a trailer like that. But anyway, listen, let him on. So on he goes anyway. This is now coming up. There's to the left is the Blanchardstown exit there. That's where he actually wants to be, right? But he's driving along. I don't know what he's talking or what is he doing. And watch what he does now next. Just watch what he does here now next. And if there was someone coming in this lane here, there was a serious accident. Look what he does, look. Unreal, unbelievable. Dirty, fucking, filthy, fuck cunt. I had to show you this. Further along the M50, look at the traffic core coming out from the side of the road there in front of me. Now watch these two clowns, right? Your man's half on the slip road and half off the slip road. No one coming up in lane 2 can see him
because I'm blocking their vision. Look, so the cars go flying by there. Look, they're like, what's going on here? So the two of them just carry on, right? Unreal. This is Keystone Cop stuff. He should be in the middle of the road there with the big sign up on the back window saying do not pass. That's what he should be doing. But look at the other clown comes up. Look, flying up on lane 3 there now. So eventually the penny drops. The two of them blocking the road, right? Your man, the two of them waving their arms out the window. I mean, that is an absolute joke. In the UK, that car would have a big sign. They have these display boards on the back, do not pass. But these two clowns, look at the road positioning of the pair of them, right? What's your man doing there, like? So anyway, we're tipping along behind them here. There's been debris on the road further on up. You can see it on the left-hand side, the flashing lights there in the distance. I don't know, something was dropped onto lane number 3. So the Keystone Cops, this is the way that they stop the traffic, you know. I don't know. In the UK, I don't know who taught them how to do this, but that's a complete mess what they've done there. Your man in this car here on the left-hand side, the Hyundai, should have been straight out to the middle lane, right? With the big board up on the back window saying do not pass like they have in the UK. Instead of waving their arms out the window like fools, you know. So anyway, this is the M50 yesterday, Friday the 20th. Well, I don't know what day it is today, but today, that was on Friday the 20th of March on the M50. So the man has just basically cleared off the stuff off the motorway. You can see him there heading off there now. So the two of them just basically switch off their lights. One of them goes off at Ballymun and the other one just goes straight on. Unbelievable. I mean, it just shows you the incompetence of these so-called road policing corps, or whatever they call themselves anyway. Clowns. That's my opinion anyway, but hey ho. Everyone to their own. I'm sure I'll be criticised for saying it, but that's what I think. You never see them on the M50 anyway. The only time you ever see them on the M50 is when they're escorting dignitaries, because you never see them policing it on the other time. Listen, have a great weekend. Catch you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Nobody makes Sheriff Buford T. Justice look like a possum's becker. Except for that... Your ass.